True Blue Nation, Dodgers Report.
What's up, Blue Crew? Welcome back to True Blue Nation, Dodgers Report, your go-to channel for everything Los Angeles Dodgers. I'm your host, bringing you the hottest intel and analysis you won't find anywhere else. Before we dive into today's bombshell news, a quick heads up. If you love the Dodgers as much as I do and want to stay ahead of the latest news with in-depth analysis and inside information, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications. Your subscription is a huge help in growing our channel and bringing exclusive content to the best fan base in the MLB. Don't miss out. Join our True Blue Nation. All right, Blue Crew, let's get straight to it. The last few weeks haven't been easy. We're in the midst of a 6-game losing streak that has left all of us frustrated. And while much can be said about our offense, which has gone concerningly cold, the truth is our pitching staff has been a revolving door all season long. No team in the league has used more pitchers than we have, and our injured list looks like a second roster. It's a situation that screams for a solution, and with the trade deadline approaching, the front office is under pressure to make an impact move. It is in this context that a name emerges that could be a game changer for us. A suggestion coming from one of the most respected insiders in baseball, ESPN's Jeff Passan. In his latest analysis released on Thursday, Passan identified what he considers the best match for a trade addition among the top contenders. And for our Dodgers, his choice was none other than the Minnesota Twins flamethrower, closer Jhoan Duran. Now, for those who aren't familiar, Duran isn't just a good bullpen arm. He is a force of nature. We're talking about a 6'5", 230-pound athlete who steps on the mound and consistently fires fastballs that exceed 100 miles per hour. Yes, you heard that right. His fastball averages over 100 mph, but his arsenal doesn't stop there. He possesses a splinker, a devastating combination of a splitter and a sinker that clocks in at 98 millimeters, along with a curveball to keep hitters completely off balance. It's the kind of arsenal that defines an elite closer in modern baseball. Passan was clear in his assessment. The Dodgers enter every deadline season seeking a major move, and a 6'5", 230-pound Duran qualifies. And his numbers this season back up that claim unequivocally. Brace yourselves for this, Blue Crew. Jhoan Duran has not given up a single home run all season. His ERA is a stunning 1.52, the third best mark in all of MLB for pitchers with at least 40 innings pitched. That is pure dominance. The ability to enter the game in high-pressure situations and simply shut down opponents without making catastrophic mistakes like giving up a home run is exactly what our bullpen needs to solidify itself as an elite unit in the postseason. Imagine having a guy like Evan Phillips setting the stage for a monster like Duran to close the door in the 9th inning. It would undoubtedly be one of the most feared duos in the league. However, a trade of this magnitude won't be simple, and it certainly won't be cheap. Jeff Passan highlights a crucial point. The asking price will be hefty, and here's why. Jhoan Duran comes with 2 more years of team control beyond this season. This means he's not a short-term rental. Whoever acquires him will have his services at a relatively low cost for 2 more full seasons. Currently, Duran is making only $4.1 million this season, an extremely low figure for a player of his caliber. For a team like the Minnesota Twins, which has been operating with a constant focus on cutting payroll, there isn't a major financial incentive to move him just for salary purposes. Therefore, their motivation to trade would be exclusively to receive a package of top-tier prospects. Now, this brings us to the central question. What would the Dodgers have to give up? A trade for Duran would likely require what analytical models would deem an overpay in terms of prospect capital. We're talking about multiple talents from our already esteemed farm system, names that we see shining in the minor leagues today and that we project as future stars in Chavez Ravine could be on their way to Minnesota. It would be a painful decision, no doubt, and one that would impact our long-term future. However, Passan raises an irrefutable argument. The Dodgers don't have time to waste on taking advantage of Shohei Ohtani's prime. The window to win with the core we have, Ohtani, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, is now. Assembling a team with standouts in all facets of the game is not just a wish, but a reasonable and necessary goal. The question is whether the front office is willing to sacrifice a significant part of the future to maximize our chances of winning the World Series in the next 2 or 3 years. Before we continue with the deeper analysis of Duran's impact, I want to pause and speak directly to you, the true Dodgers fan. If you live and breathe blue, if you want to always stay on top of what's happening with the Dodgers and get the fastest information and sharpest analysis, then you need to be subscribed here. If you're truly a fan, subscribe to our channel right now. Show your support for the Blue Crew and ensure you don't miss any crucial details about our team. It's fast, it's free, and it helps us keep bringing this content to you. Taking a deeper look, the acquisition of Jhoan Duran would be a masterstroke by Andrew Friedman and his team. Our bullpen, while possessing talented pieces like Evan Phillips and Brusdar Graterol, has suffered from inconsistency and injuries. The arrival of Duran would not only add an elite arm, but would completely transform the dynamic of the late innings. Having a closer with Duran's ability would allow Dave Roberts to manage the final innings with much more flexibility and confidence. Phillips could be used as a fireman, entering in high leverage moments in the 7th or 8th inning, while Duran would be tasked with securing the win in the 9th. This structure is the formula we see in World Series champion teams year after year, a dominant bullpen that shortens the game and gives the opponent no chance. The discussion about the cost is valid and necessary. Losing top prospects hurts, and we all love to see our young talents develop and reach the major league team. However, the ultimate goal in Los Angeles is and always will be to win the World Series. We are in a win-now era. The historic signing of Shohei Ohtani was a clear signal of this organization's intentions. You don't invest $700 million to wait for the future. You invest to dominate the present. Therefore, if the trade for Duran is the move that solidifies our bullpen and establishes us as the absolute favorites in October, then the price, however high, becomes justifiable. No one will complain about the price paid in prospects if we are celebrating a championship parade in November. The memory of a World Series victory lasts forever. The pain of losing a prospect, no matter how talented, tends to fade with time, especially with the capture of a title. Furthermore, Duran's contract structure is extremely attractive. Having an elite closer under team control for 2 more seasons at such an affordable salary is a rare luxury in baseball. This would give the Dodgers financial flexibility to continue making other moves, whether in this trade window or in future off seasons. This isn't just a move for 2025, but a strategic play that strengthens the team for 2026 and 2027. It's a combination of immediate impact with medium-term value, something our front office always looks for in its negotiations. The question that remains is whether the Twins will be truly willing to part with such a special talent. Even with their focus on cutting costs, trading a player so popular and dominant could be a tough decision for Minnesota's front office, which would need to be convinced with an irresistible offer. So to summarize, the main story is this. Influential ESPN insider Jeff Passan has identified Minnesota Twins closer Jhoan Duran as the ideal piece for the Dodgers to acquire before the trade deadline. Duran is an elite pitcher with impressive numbers, a fastball that exceeds 100 mph and 2 more years of contract control at a low price. Acquiring him would transform our bullpen, but would require a significant package of prospects. It's a classic win now versus preserve the future situation. And now, I want to hear from you, Blue Crew. This is the question I leave for our nation of fans. Would you make this trade? Would you be willing to give up top prospects from our farm system to bring in Jhoan Duran and strengthen our chances of winning the World Series now, taking advantage of the prime of Ohtani, Betts, and Freeman? Leave your opinions in the comments below. I want to read every single one of them. This is the kind of decision that defines the future of a franchise, and the voice of the fans is crucial. Don't forget, for more detailed analysis, exclusive news, and rapid updates on our Dodgers, subscribe to the True Blue Nation, Dodgers Report channel, and hit the notification bell. Your support allows us to continue bringing the best content about the team we love. Let's go on this journey to October together.